are y'all tonight? So hopefully everybody is on. Give me just a second. I'll make sure that we are good and live. Okay, I hear myself there. Okay, so I'm so glad y'all are all here again with me tonight for our series 4 on our build series. This is Build Your Team tonight. Thanks for being patient with me for taking a week off last week for Easter week. I just had a lot going on, so I'm glad we get to hop back in and finish up this last 2 weeks of the series. So tonight we're going to talk about building your team. So we talked about building your business, and maybe you're using those tools already and you're already adding level 1s, but it's not duplicating down. Or maybe you're adding customers and can't get anyone to join your team. So tonight's call, we're going to focus strictly on team building and how to build that lasting residual income. I have 21,255 people on my team. That's crazy to say. And that goes 16 levels deep. Well, I only get paid on 1 through 7. And so a huge chunk of you I don't get paid on. It's mind-blowing to think about the legacy that's being created here and knowing that I have these deep, deep roots. And so your goal in order to build a lasting legacy in this business is to get the people who join you to duplicate down. It's as simple as that. And that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. So first, before we go into that though, I want you to see the full vision of what the Plexus compensation plan can do for you. Customers are an amazing foundation for our business, and they're important for people who are hesitant of joining the company as a wholesale ambassador, or for those who just want to try the products first and make sure they love it before they do. It helps keep our ambassadors commission qualified every month if they have 1 or 2 customers and they don't always order for themselves every month, so that makes sure you get your points on them. And they have, so customers have some great benefits. But let me ask you this. Would you rather be paid on your own efforts alone, or would you like to be paid on the efforts of hundreds or thousands of people you might not even know? Trust me, you want to be paid on the many people's efforts. I can tell you that. In our business, you get paid on your customers, on yours alone, and you get a small amount off the customers of your level 1s. But we get paid up to 7 levels deep on our team. So building a team is absolutely a vital part in building this lasting legacy, because you're getting paid way more levels deep. So that residual income is going to go way further than anything else will. So the most important thing for you to remember is to build wide, constantly be adding new level 1s. And maybe when I say this, you're saying to me back, but I can't get anyone to join my team. How do I do that? So first, let's start there. How do we get a level 1 to join you? I want you, if you're having a hard time getting someone to jump on board and you're sharing and you're doing all of the things that we talked about in the building your business section, I want you to think about your attitude and how you're presenting the opportunity to someone. If you have a prospect that you're having a conversation with, are you doing all the talking, or are you asking the questions and doing the listening? Are you coming off a little desperate maybe, and maybe a little overbearing? Are you thinking, I just got to sign someone, I just got to sign someone? You know, people can read that. They can feel that desperation. You could also be coming at this with some insecurities, maybe a lack of belief in yourself, or a lack of belief in the products or the business. It's why I started this series on belief, because having that foundation is so important. But if you have that belief solid, when you're having a conversation with somebody, I want you to think about your posture and think about your attitude that you're exuding as you have this conversation with them. Make sure that it's of confidence and it's of, but not of desperation. Make sure that you are saying as little as possible while asking lots of questions. So for example, if someone says, okay, tell me what this Plexus thing is you're selling, your response is not going to be 5 paragraphs long, full of all the information about Plexus, including the 3 different ways to purchase and all of the products. No. They will likely not respond back to that message, or else if they do, it's probably going to be, I'll get back to you later, and then they never do. So what you want is to is to keep it easy for them to have that conversation with you. You're trying to have a conversation. So I want you to think about it kind of like a tennis match. You're bouncing the ball back and forth and back and forth. So if someone were to say, tell me a little bit about what this plexus is, my response back would be, it's this little magic pink drink that works by stabilizing blood sugars and a line of amazing supplements. Are you having any health issues? Are you looking to lose some weight? Like, what can I help you with? So we're trying to ask the questions. So we're trying to probe answers out of them. At this point, they may say, yeah, you know, I haven't really been feeling great. You know, I saw you post something about energy and I felt kind of tired lately. Like, thought maybe that could be something that would help me. And so this is when you start responding back. But make sure when you're responding that you're giving them short answers, that you're not giving them tons of information at once, and then asking another question. Try to almost always end every response back with a question so that you keep the conversation flowing back and forth and back and forth. If they ask something that's more in depth, it might feel more natural for you to leave a voice text. The voice texts are fantastic. I use them all the time, but make sure that you don't leave a voice text that's 8 full minutes long. If they see a whole bunch of a bunch of those pop up on their thing, they're going to be like, yeah, I don't got time to listen to that right now. So try to just leave one at a time so that you're not overwhelming them. So we want to keep this very overwhelming, very simple, and a very casual conversation. Like you don't want to make them feel sold to, because it's not what we're doing. That's not what we're trying to do. You want to actually make it seem like you're invested, and you want to actually be invested with this person that you're talking to. You want to actually get to know what their needs are and then find the best way to meet those needs. So once you've got this conversation going and you're digging to figure that out, and once you know their needs, it's easy from here. It might genuinely be in their best interest to become a customer, but if it's not, and if it's a better deal for them to be an ambassador, or even if they show an inkling of desire to make extra money, that's another question you're going to be asking. Are you interested at all in the business? You just need to present the business in a low-threatening, fun way that would be a no-brainer decision for them to join. Why would they not join? I mean, it's fantastic. You don't have to stock inventory. There's no quotas. It's a 1-year fee of $35. Like, why would I not join Plexus? So make it very low threatening and easy. Use words that you are assuming they will join. Like, once you join my team, this is going to happen, you know, and once you do this, this will happen. So say words that are very affirmative in their actions. Walk them through the steps of joining before they even say they're going to join. So it's very little work for them to sign up when they decide to. So things like, okay, great. All you'll do when you're ready to join is you'll go to my website, you'll click join, and then send them step-by-step directions to make it super easy. Except make the process easy, make it fun, make it a no-brainer decision, and actually get to know what their needs are so that you're presenting something that's meeting their actual needs, and you're not presenting something that you think is their needs. So make sure you find out those things first, present it in a way that meets their needs, that's very easy, low threatening, and fun. So it's very simple. Like, if you can get the practice of this, it does take some practice, but once you get the hang of it, you'll find that closing the deal is actually pretty easy to do. So once you get the hang of signing up level ones under you, don't feel like you have to have a huge rock star to be successful in this. Having lots of level ones, building small teams will get you to diamond just as easy as one rock star will. But here is the difference. Training someone under you to find a rock star isn't duplicatable. So if you happen to sign someone who's a workhorse and just blows up your business, that's amazing. Be super grateful for that. But you can't tell everyone who joins. Just find that one rock star and you'll make it to the top. What you want to do is to train your team and help them see what you're doing, and it's something that is easy for them to do. Like, you want to make everything that you're doing very easy for the people below you to do and the people below them to do, so that it becomes a very duplicatable act. And simple steps, basic steps, is going to get you there. So add new people, train them to share, coach them how to close the deal, get in 3-way calls and 3-way chats so they can hear your verbiage and learn from you, hold their hand to silver, and tell them to do the same for their 3 people they just added. And this is how big teams are built, starting small and duplicating it down. So we're going to keep this simple and easy and shine, rinse, repeat. So it truly isn't rocket science, guys. This is something, if I can do it, you can do it too, I promise. So duplication, though, is the key to building a big team. We can sign people all day long, but what does it take to get our people to sign people and their people to sign people? And that's what you want to see start happening. That's the way you get 21,000 people on your team. It's not from what you're doing, it's from what they're doing and they're doing and they're doing. So do not overcomplicate this business or make it harder than it is, or you will lose people fast, because people want something that's simple and easy and fun and brings some value to their life. You know, they don't want it to suck value from their life. You want to be adding value to their life. So the more fun and easy you make this, the more duplication is going to happen more naturally. An onboarding process set in place when you sign up a new ambassador is really key to seeing that success. So once you sign them up, you need to get them trained right. So, and this is something I've dabbled with, lots of different tactics and what works best for this. And I've done some things that didn't work at all and some things that have worked great. And so it's just kind of been over the past 4 years, I've learned different things on what to do and what not to do. So first, here's what not to do. Do not send them an email with tons and tons and tons of information. You might be seeing a theme here the moment they join. This is what I always did in the very beginning. Everyone got this long canned email. I copied and pasted it and sent it to everyone that joined. And then everyone that joined me would ask me questions that were all in the email. It never failed. And I would think, do you not read your email? And then I got to looking like, you know, it's kind of a lot of information to digest at one time. If you give someone too much information at first, it's not going to be easy to swallow. So we need to give the information to them in bite-sized pieces so it's easy to swallow. So the very first thing that I want you to do when you sign a new ambassador is I want you to get them to dream right off the bat. Your initial job when you bring on a new person to this, the moment they join, even if they're joining for wholesale and they swear they'll never share, is to get them to start thinking, what if? But what if I did share? What if this got rid of my chronic pain? What if this helped me lose the weight that I've been trying to lose for years? What if this paid for a car payment and I didn't have to worry about that? Or what if this got me out of debt? Or what if this started a college fund for my kids, or allowed me to quit my job, or pay off our house, or set us up financially for the future? Like, get your people to start really dreaming, especially the ones who want the business, but the ones even who don't, kind of put it in the back of their mind. What if you did share? So, and then when you get them to start really thinking about their why did you choose Plexus? Why did you ask me about it in the first place? Share with them what your why is. Share them your dreams and let them know, wouldn't it be so much fun if we did this together? Like, wouldn't this be so much fun if we went to Maui together in next July and or next year do we go to Maui? September. So find out their why and then help them to believe it's actually possible, because it is actually possible. I'm proof of that. So get them dreaming. Now, the second step, once you got them, maybe even the ones who run the business, get them dreaming big. The ones who say they're wholesalers, put it in their mind, like, what if? Like, what if I did this? Now, the second step is to get them to share on social media. If you get someone who joins and maybe they've already been on the products and they have a story to share, or maybe they have a real amazing why, if they want to be vulnerable and share that why and pour out their heart in that first post, it can be super, super effective. But it's not always duplicatable, because most people, when they join, are really nervous about sharing. That's the scariest part, especially if they've never been in network marketing before, but also if they've been in it many times. Both sides are afraid of what their audience is going to think of them. So we want to find a way for them to share that is not scary, it's not threatening, it's easy to do, it's easy to tell them what to do, hold their hand, they can press post. And this is something I've been talking about, y'all, on the team page for a couple weeks. Kristen Wyatt kind of shared the wording with me a few months ago, and I thought it was genius because it's simple, it's fun, and it builds excitement. So basically, if you have someone new, You want to get them sharing, and they don't know what to share. Here's some great wording for them to say. It's very simple. They just say, I'm so excited. I just joined Plexus, and I can't wait to see what the products will do for me. Who else has tried the products, and what do I have to look forward to, or what can I expect? At this point, you're going to jump on your team page or my team page, tell everyone that your new ambassador just shared her first post. Make sure the post is public, or else she has some friends that are Plexus ambassadors, and we'll all go hop on there and comment what our experiences have been with the products. Her audience doesn't realize everyone that's commenting on this is her team, or because she's brand new, so she doesn't have all this seen yet. So they don't realize that people commenting are all Plexus ambassadors, and some of them won't be. You know, you might even have some negative feedback. Someone might be like, you know, it didn't really work for me. That's okay. It's kind of like a review on something. Sometimes if everything is too positive, it doesn't seem completely genuine. It's okay to have a little bit of pushback on this post. What we want to do is to have plenty of positive in there, so that her audience reads this and thinks, oh, I didn't realize it could do that. Oh, I didn't know it could do that either. And it's one of those, it's a safe place for even a wholesale ambassador. So say you're wholesale and you have no desire to share. You could be like, will you just post this just to kind of see if anyone's interested? And maybe you can also see what else the products can do for you. She doesn't even have to say, I joined Plexus. She could just say, I just started Plexus. She may have to say, I'm excited. Maybe it's safer for her to say, hey, Facebook, I just started these Plexus products, and so far I'm experiencing this. Have any of you else tried it? And what else do I have to look forward to? Something together so we can hop in and comment. And that's a good time for her to see, like, is her audience going to bite on this? Like, what are they going to say? Are they interested? Are other people wanting what I have? So it's a very safe, easy post, very duplicatable, and I love it to get people started. Hopefully they'll get some bites right off the bat. And this is where we do step 2 in what we're in our process of getting them onboarded. And that is those 3-way chats to help them see what the communication is going to look like. So when they do get someone interested, they're going to surely probably pretty quickly get a question that they can't answer. And so that's time for them to say, you know what, that's a great question, but I just joined and I'm not sure the answer yet. Do you mind if I add my friend who's been in this longer to this thread to help answer this for you? Of course they're going to say yes. Add your sponsor in, or maybe your sponsor if your sponsor is new also. Add them in, and then listen to how they do the conversation. As a sponsor, this is your opportunity to teach your new ambassador how to have those conversations back and forth, how to ask the right questions, how to speak in affirmative words. It's a great training tool for them to learn to close the deal when they watch you close the deal. And it also brings in that third-party validation to the prospect. You know, it's not just her that says Plexus is great. Look at this other person who's also had great experiences. And wow, look at the financial aspect she's had, or whatever it is. So that third-party validation can be huge for the prospect. So this is a great tool to make sure that you're using with your new ambassadors. Remember, the first few months of a new ambassador, you're going to be doing lots of hand-holding and cheerleading. When you're talking to your new ambassador, I want you to eliminate the word sell. We are not salespeople. We're not selling anything. We share what we love and what the products have done for us. You're going to get way more effective feedback if you come at this from a point that you're actually just trying to share because you care versus trying to sell to make $1. So ask your new ambassador to think about 2 or 3 people in their life that are struggling with health problems and share why Plexus might be able to help them. Have them share testimonies of others that have seen success on whatever their health issue is. Make sure they have let their inner circle and closest friends know what they're doing, and that what the products have done for them, and that they want them to join them in this opportunity. Don't be shy of sharing this with the people in your inner circle, and and help encourage your new ambassadors to do this also. So I want you to stay in close contact with your new level 1s though. Your job is to get them to silver. This is your focus. You want to help them get started on the right foot. One thing I want you to remember with team building, well, in the long run, you're going to benefit from this greater than anything else that you do. You have to come at it at a place of thinking about what's best for the person you're talking to and not what's best for you. If you want to go gold and your focus is just on getting gold, You might find the journey to be very hard and lonely because all you're thinking about is yourself. But if you take the focus off yourself and instead put the focus on getting all your level 1s to silver, that is ultimately going to help you get to gold. And before you know it, you're going to be there and not even realize it because you've been so busy working on helping your team hit their goals. So that's what our ultimate goal is, to help everybody with us go up with us. We don't want to go to the top by ourselves. Trust me, you don't. You want everybody on your team to be there with you. My biggest halt in my business, a little story about myself, and a lot of you might already know this, but my biggest halt in my business was at Sapphire. I hit Sapphire really fast, and then I sat at that rank for a full year. And actually, my 3rd month of Sapphire, I was almost a diamond. I was just a few hundred points shy, and I just knew the next month I was going to be diamond. And that was my whole focus. It's all I could think about. It was very consuming. So when the next month actually came around, I went backwards instead. It was shocking to me. It wasn't what I expected. So all I could think about even more so was, I have to get to diamond. I have to get to diamond. And so for months, I went backwards and backwards and backwards. And all I could think about was, I got to get to diamond. I got to get to diamond. And I finally had an aha moment. It took me I think 8 months to finally learn. You're being a little selfish, Nikki. But I had this aha moment that I'm not going to get to diamond because none of my team is reaching their goals. None of my team has hit any ranks. None of my team is excited right now. And all I'm thinking about is myself. And so I took the focus off myself and I just started pouring into my people. I just started trying to help them reach their goals instead. And it took all the pressure off of me. And anytime you think of somebody else instead of yourself, it's going to be more rewarding. It's going to feel better. It's going to be less defeating and life-sucking, and it works, so I took the focus off myself. I put it into my team, and just within months I saw a boost in my team, and 4 months later I did hit diamond. If you could change your life, that would be amazing, right? If you could change your financial situation the way I've changed mine, it would be so amazing for you. I can't even tell you. But I want you to think for a second, what if you could change thousands of lives along with your own? I can't tell you, in every hard time, hearing the stories of the people on my team and seeing my friends quit their jobs and get off medication and buy new homes and do these crazy things, it is so, I can't explain how it's humbling, and it's incredible to know that because I said yes and because I've poured into this, all of these other people's lives have been changed. And it gives you such a bigger perspective of what this is all about. It's not about me. It's about so much more than me. And we're creating something so huge and lasting, and we really are in the business of changing lives. So once you take your focus and your prayers off of your own life changing and put it into changing other people's lives, that's when the real change is going to happen to you too. So I can't wait to see all of you start to build your teams and help you reach your goals. And hopefully this gave you some tips and insight tonight on how to build your business. So I'm excited. Once we get off here, I want to hear some feedback on the team page. If you have any questions on how to close the deal or a good onboarding process or any verbiage on what to say to people, let me know there and we'll finish this conversation up there. So thanks for joining in, guys.